action. It's Lawrence. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Ekeler.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. It's Ekeler again. Able to avoid him at the 40. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 36.
Playing as a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers! Keenan Allen, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, this defense for the Chargers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'll be one.
The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football, and what a nice gain on that play.
Finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Holding offense.
That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
Still first down.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Now Lawrence out to his left.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Now a hit and a loose football. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What do they always say? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Chargers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Ebron caught left side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. 58 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Short little throw to Ebron. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. for it with Eckler. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
With that impact, I fully expected the ball to pop free. I still remember an old defensive back friend of mine. He used to say, guess what? Even if they catch the ball, make sure they have a memento to take back to the sideline.
Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Now Lawrence to throw. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Chiefs who come in and get the victory on the road. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory.
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Well, they were setting up the screen, CD, a lot of free runners, and they got there late, and the penalty ensued.
Yeah, somehow it didn't get into their brains that it was a screen, right? Instead of pulling off and chasing the ball downfield, they kept going towards the quarterback and knocked him down way late. That draws the penalty flag each and every time.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Lawrence going to give this to Robinson, draw play.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
It's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run up much more plays.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And Ingram holds it in. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
On the move past the 40.
That one good for 37 yards.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it. And I think the first play of the 3rd quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the 2nd half of a game.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Short little throw to Ebron.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important three, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the 2nd half and take over.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try to repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here's Lawrence. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence.
He finds his man. Complete. That's Arnold.
And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Finds his tight end, Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
Caught by Jones. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards for number 11.
First down by Marvin Jones Jr., and he's got over 300 of those in a career now in its 11th season. He's a guy who just plays so well season in and season out, always averages about 50 to 60 yards a game, and is well respected in the locker room. One of those players that everyone wants in their lineup and wants in their organization.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Lawrence will throw.
And completes it. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. More from L.A. in a moment. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. On play action, they'll throw.
And that one complete downfield to Allen.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Tackle made by Foley Fadukasi, the former UConn Husky.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Herbert now. And this is caught by Williams. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
We have played 3 quarters.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Jags are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
They go play action now. Lawrence
steps away.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they...
Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick six.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Jaguars on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. The Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Eckler again.
And he fights his way in for the Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try to pick themselves back up.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that challenge, a successful one. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Now Lawrence.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They'll run for it with Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
On play action, Lawrence.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lasted one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. He's got this to Williams, complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get it.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35.
They'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Connection made with Chenault.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Now Lawrence on first down. He'll drop this one off with ETN.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down.
Here's Lawrence.
Flushed, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a third and long. Now Lawrence.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jags are able to cut into that deficit.
He's got it. So they convert to 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4